Morning, beloveds. Ooh, my voice is a little weird this morning, but that's okay. It's cold outside. We went for a ride this morning and it's in the 40s. It was cold. So it's like you layer up, wear gloves, and then go ride. It's great fun. So, it's perfect running weather, so I'm hoping that I get released to run tomorrow. So we'll see. Okay. It is December 3rd. Pretty sure it's Thursday. Or like Danielle said on Sunday, it's Blur's Day. Because we have no idea. But it is December 3rd, and our title is Today I Live. And from the Bible, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. And that is from Revelations 21:4. And from the Talmud, pray not that sinners may perish, but that the sin itself may disappear. Okay. The wisest man who ever lived told us that the knowledge of truth shall make us free. All books of spiritual wisdom have taught us that it is not the one who makes the mistake whom we should seek to destroy. It is the mistake itself which must be erased. Now, this means that evil has no existence in itself and has no history. No matter what the negations of yesterday may have been, the affirmations of today rise triumphant and transcendent over them. Thus, all the evils of our yesterdays disappear into their native nothingness. If we behold beauty instead of ugliness, then beauty will appear. If we persist in seeing the true rather than the false, then that which is true will appear. Where is the false, the untrue, and the evil when the knowledge of truth has made us free? Its days are as though they have never been. Its cause is neutralized, hence it leaves no effect. Let us then cease weeping over the shortcomings and mistakes and evils of our yesterday, and steadfastly beholding the face of the great and divine reality, let us resolve to walk in that light wherein there is no darkness. Definitely, I know that every negative condition of the past is cleared away from my consciousness. I no longer think about it, see it, or believe in it, nor do I believe that it has any effect whatsoever in my experience. Today I express perfect life here and now. Today I live. Alrighty then. Ernest is not gonna let us off easy in the month of December. He's gonna make us work for it. Although he was very clear today, so that's a good thing. Our title today is Today I Live. And the truth is, well, it's like we would like to think that we live every day. But the truth is there are a lot of days that we don't. There are a lot of days that we go through the motions. And I think this year has been one of those where just a lot, because it's just been so weird, where we haven't lived. We've existed, but we haven't lived. So what have we got to do to change that? There's not a whole lot left of this year. And that may be a good thing. But, for starters, Revelations, and God shall wipe away all the tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, and neither shall there be any more pain. If you have not read Revelations, you definitely should. It is weird, but interesting. And it really is about, okay, so I do work in a health food store. And one of the things we use in the health food stores, it's called the Eat Right for Your Blood Type diet. And the doctor who created the diet did very extensive testing. And he showed that certain blood types do better on certain diets. And my owner's husband had rheumatoid arthritis. And he used the diet to help him with the rheumatoid arthritis. And what was really amazing that he said to me was, because the foods were divided up into beneficial, neutral, and avoid. The avoids created more inflammation, whereas the benefits actually did support your body differently. So what was really cool about what he said was, it's not about avoiding the avoids. It's about eating more of the beneficials. Oh my gosh. And I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry, my text message is going crazy and there's nothing I can do about it without stopping the video. So that's if you keep hearing that noise, that's my text message. Some days I remember to turn it off, some days I don't, and today. So it's about focusing on the beneficial. And that's what Ernest is saying right here. It's about focusing on the beneficial and not worrying so much about the mistakes. We want to learn from our mistakes. We want to not make them anymore, which is hence learning from them. It's like, okay, I made that mistake enough. I don't need to make it anymore. I've learned what I need to learn. And it is about forgiving ourselves, and to a degree about forgetting it. But it really honestly is about focusing on the beneficial, because the more we focus on the good, the truth, the beauty, the love, the kindness, the compassion, the more of it we're going to see. And the more of it we see, the more of it we can do. And the more of it we do, then gradually we just kind of tip the balance into the world. So it really is about focusing on the beneficial. All right. Which is what the Talmud said. Pray not that the sinners may perish, but that the sin itself may disappear. Okay. So, and if you have any question about who the wisest man that Ernest thinks that has ever lived, he's talking about Jesus. He is definitely talking about Jesus. Ernest loved Jesus. So, the wisest man who ever lived told us that the knowledge of truth shall make us free. And, okay, all books, and that's that's the capital T with truth. So all books of spiritual wisdom have taught us that it is not the one who makes the mistakes whom we should seek to destroy. It is the mistake itself that must be erased. Okay, and he says all books, and Ernest read a lot of different books from a lot of different spiritual traditions. So we don't want to destroy the sin. And this isn't about, I mean, it is, but it isn't about love the sinner and hate the sin. Because he doesn't say hate the sin, he says erase the sin. He's like, forget the sin. Forgive the sin and move on. So especially if it's, you yourself. And honestly, it's hard to forget when I make a mistake. Especially if I make a big one. I mean, the little ones, it's like, okay, I can course correct and move on. When I make a big one, I will beat myself up about it. But he's telling me, erase it. Sin is just, sin is self-inflicted nonsense. That's a definition for sin. It's also, to a degree, it's a misuse of the law. Okay. And he talked yesterday about the fact that evil doesn't exist. Evil is not a power in and of itself. It is a misuse of the law. It is a misuse of the creative power that we are born with, or born with access to. Okay. Now, this means that evil has no existence in and of itself and has no history. So forgive and move on. No matter what the negations of yesterday may have been, the affirmations of today rise triumphant and transcendent over them. So, okay, yes, he is couching his terms a little bit, but he's saying, yeah, okay, if we made a mistake yesterday, then we turn around and we do affirmations today. We do better today. We don't make the same mistake again. So we do better. We do affirmations and transcend over our mistakes that we made yesterday. However long ago they were. Thus, all of the evils of our yesterdays disappear into their native nothingness. If we behold beauty instead of ugliness, then beauty will appear. Focus on the good. If we persist in seeing the true rather than the false, then that which is true will appear. Focusing on the good. Where is the false, the untrue, the evil, when the knowledge of truth, with the capital T, has made us free? It's nothing. The days are as though they have never, its days are as though they have never been. Its cause is neutralized, hence it leaves no effect. We have learned and moved on, and we are focusing on the good. And if we've really learned, we won't make the same mistake. And if we can share our knowledge and our affirmations, other people don't have to make the same mistakes. And then we don't have to beat ourselves up about it. We can just let it go and move on. Let us then cease weeping over the shortcomings and mistakes and evils of our yesterdays, and steadfastly beholding the face of the great and divine reality, let us resolve to walk into that light wherein there is no darkness. There's a scene in a book where a priest goes out to ask permission to do something, and his God is the God of light, and when he is standing in the presence of his God, there are no shadows, which means there's nothing to hide behind. But he also goes into it knowing, yeah, he's made little mistakes. And in that light, standing in that presence, all of his mistakes are burned away. So he comes out of that light forgiving himself, because his light didn't need to forgive him. It didn't see his mistakes. It burned all of his mistakes away. He came out forgiving himself and knowing that he had nothing to hide. Because he was going to do better. He looked at all of his mistakes, and in the face of them, they were burned away, and he's like, I will do better. Okay. It's a really powerful scene because there were no shadows. He was standing in the light, of which there was no shadow. It's a beautiful scene. Okay. And yes, it was a fiction book. Definitely I know that every negative condition of the past is cleared away from my consciousness. I no longer think about it, see it, or believe in it, nor do I believe that it has any effect whatsoever in my experience. Today I express perfect life here and now. Today I live. Okay. So that's our mission today. Our mission today, really, it sounds like it is to forgive ourselves and to forgive other people and live as though. It's like, live as though. And if you are in the presence of somebody that continues to make the same mistake over and over again, you don't have to stay. You can forgive yourself and move on. and you can forgive them and move on. And live. Don't just exist. Live. And when I say that, because sometimes it's like, what do you mean by live? I mean to be that beautiful, creative soul that you are. To go out and do what makes your soul sing. Do what lights you on fire. Whatever it is. I happen to love what I do to pay my mortgage. I love doing this too, but and it does. I mean, there are days that it makes my soul sing, and which are more days than it doesn't. So, that's how I know that I'm living. So, what are you doing that lights you on fire? Go do that and live. Don't just exist. Live, and go live in the light. So do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself today and every day. You are a beloved child of Spirit, in whom Spirit is well pleased. This is the grace that we live in. Always. That's why it's called grace. So it finds us where we are and leaves us better than when it found us. That's grace. So, yes, do something to engage your mind and your body. And it may be too cold to open your windows, or you might like it in the 40s, or wherever you are. But open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you live in heaven now. You truly do. So focus on the beauty, focus on the good, and you'll see more of it. And do what you can in situations that are not good, and remove yourself from situations that aren't. You don't have to stay just to see the good. You can see the good from afar. But do what you can. Take care of yourself. All right. Reverend David will be back with you around 5 p.m. today. I should be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I do have a doctor's appointment in the morning, but I've been getting out early enough to get home and get this done. I may be a few minutes late, but I will be here. So if not, I'll get it done when I get home. All right. Have a wonderful day, beloveds. Please have a wonderful day, and do what you need to do to be that creative, beautiful soul that I know that you are. Today, our mission is to live, not just exist. All right, beloveds.